Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers recap for Wednesday, August 16 uncovers that Gwen von Leishner pulled over Leo Distinct's unexpected appearance in Iceland and requested to understand what he was doing there. Dimitri von Leishner imagined that he just let Leo in and said he was holding back to figure out exactly the same thing. Leo exclaimed that it was Madonna's birthday. However, Gwen plainly didn't imagine that was a sufficient motivation to come the whole way to Iceland and crash her special night. Nonetheless, Leo imagined there was an extremely restrictive birthday show that turned out to be in a similar city. Gwen got energized and believed that them three should go together. However, Dimitri conceded he couldn't have cared less about Madonna's music, in spite of the fact that Dimitri said Gwen and Leo could do without him. Leo demanded there were no more tickets left and guaranteed he just dropped by to boast. Gwen was irritated, yet she acknowledged that clarification as Leo headed out the entryway. Back in Salem on Wednesday's Days episode, Chad came by Alex Kyriakis' loft and apologized for advance notice him away from Stephanie Johnson. Alex expected Stephanie had given Chad a tongue lashing, yet he acknowledged the statement of regret and got consolation that Stephanie could see him at whatever point she needed. Stephanie appeared and prodded Chad about needing to take a visit through Alex's room. However, he was a decent game about it and kissed her prior to leaving. Whenever Chad was gone on Wednesday's DOL show, Stephanie affirmed that she was ready for chipping away at Yuri Kasnov's venture. Understand TAHIS. Figure out what occurs next on Days of Our Lives. Alex was going to reach out to Yuri when Justin Kyriakis called with the bleak news about Victor Kyriakis' plane going down. After Alex filled Stephanie in, he proposed to connect with Steve Johnson and see what he could gain from Shane Donovan at the ISA. In Rachel Dark's room at the condo, John Dark found Brady Dark scowling and attempting to acknowledge that his little girl wasn't returning home. John was glad for Brady for not going on the run with Rachel, so Brady conceded John broke through to him with his advance notice. Brady didn't believe Rachel should detest him for constraining her into that sort of life. When Brady confessed to going with one more awful choice, all things being equal, he made sense of how he kissed Chloe after he dropped off Rachel. Justin ultimately called to uncover that Victor's plane destruction had been viewed as in the Mediterranean, so Grady chose to go help Maggie Kyriakis. Discussing Maggie, she likewise got refreshes from Justin on the brought-down fly and battled with developing feelings of trepidation since things looked so dreary for Victor. There were additionally inquiries concerning why Victor was in any event flying over the Mediterranean since Beau Brady's office was not even close to Greece. Brady attempted to comfort Maggie when he showed up. However, John at last came to convey one more round of terrible news from Shane at the ISA. John conceded Victor's body had been found, so Maggie cried while Justin and Brady teared up too. In Alex's loft once more, Stephanie got off the telephone with Steve following his own discussion with Shane. When Stephanie affirmed that Victor's body had been recuperated, Alex separated in tears as she held him. At the Dimera Chateau on Wednesday's Days episode, Rachel wore a headdress and expressed gratitude toward Kristen Dimera for her boba drink alongside the new toys higher up. At the point when Rachel referenced something about Dimitri's sleepover with woman informant, Kristen demanded that was confidential. Rachel needed to know why she needed to remain hush. So Kristen made sense of that Dimitri had another spouse named Gwen, and that she was unable to find out. Since Rachel actually didn't have the foggiest idea, Kristen demanded that all the toys and other tomfoolery stuff Rachel needed didn't come modest. If Rachel had any desire to keep it coming, she expected to keep her mouth shut. Rachel understood this was about cash on Wednesday's Days episode and guaranteed Kristen that she would keep quiet. Around the bend, Gabi Dimera heard piece of the discussion, so she attempted to test Rachel once she was distant from everyone else with her. Gabi demanded she was family now that she was hitched to Stefan Dimera and behaved that way implied she could know reality. Rachel differs since Gwen was hitched to Dimitri, and she most certainly couldn't be aware. Gabi eventually recommended that assuming she played 20 inquiries and speculated the mystery, it wouldn't like jabber. Kristen expressed nothing about not playing a game, so Rachel jumped aboard. Sadly, Gabi's arrangement hit an obstacle when Kristen returned and heard a game was underway. Kristen inquired as to whether she could play, so Gabi's arrangement was foiled. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the 7-day stretch of August 21 to 25 uncovered that Melinda Trask will go to Sloane Peterson for help figuring out some lawful show. Assuming that Sloane sets up a battle, Melinda can constantly remind the superstar legal counselor that she owes her some help. Melinda consented to stay quiet about the genuine paternity of Nicole Walker's child, yet she'll be enticed to spill during her forthcoming date with Lee Shin. While Melinda considers whether she'll yak, Johnny DeMera and Chanel Dupree will arrive at a vital second in their relationship. After Johnny tells the truth about his actual affections for Chanel, she'll concede she actually cares deeply about him as well. Obviously, Chanel should choose how that affects her future, particularly now that she's communicated interest in Talia Tracker. Done with Sean Brady, he'll consider himself liable for Victor Kiriakis' death. Yet there's clearly more going on here. It's not Sean's shortcoming the plane went down in any case, yet Victor wasn't remotely close to Bo Brady's office when it worked out. Different Days spoilers say Xander Cook will reel over the news that Sarah Horton is pregnant. Understand TIS. Figure out what occurs next on Days of Our Lives. After Xander spots Sarah and her child knock, she'll deceive him, apparently about Rex Brady being the dad. Sarah will later admit that falsehood. However, Xander may not be the one she tells the truth to. At Bayview, Ava Vitali will make a few cases that clearly appear to be somewhat wild. Since Ava is a psychological patient who frequently sees things that aren't there and has a misguided feeling of the real world, nobody can truly depend on her story. By the by, Ava will be unyielding about something and will have one more eruption subsequently. It'll be Harris Michaels. Steve Burton quiets Ava down, so he might actually turn into the one in particular who trusts her. Could Ava's new story have something to do with Susan Banks' destiny? Duo spoilers say Susan is alive and will return eventually, so perhaps Ava could begin laying the preparation for that. Meanwhile, E.J. DeMura will awaken frightened after a horrendous bad dream. It'll feel like a hunch to EJ of some kind or another. So what will this terrible dream be about? It's conceivable that will include Susan. However, it could likewise be an admonition sign about the child that puts EJ fully on guard of some sort or another. Back with Melinda, her conduct will cause a stir. That could mean there will be a near disaster with respect to the mystery Melinda's saving for Sloane. Of course, Melinda may be tense over her secret plan since she maybe hasn't altogether quit any pretense of putting Lie in jail. In the event that things go poorly in Melinda and Lee's sentiment, she could absolutely continue to plot jail for him. In spite of the fact that Melinda will give Sloane some relationship direction, we don't know it's wise to pay attention to Melinda since she's not precisely an affection master. Then, day spoilers say Gwen von Leishner will stroll in on a couple's energetic second. So will she at long last catch Dimitri and Leo distinct carrying out the thing? That is one choice to consider, but at the same time it's conceivable Gwen will intrude on Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin since interferences have turned into the standard for them. Wendy and Trip will examine a significant decision together, so we'll check whether these two at long last have intercourse interestingly, or on the other hand, in the event that there's one more course change. Somewhere else, day spoilers say Gwen and Dimitri's marriage legitimacy will be addressed. So that could be because of Gabi DeMera's digging or even somebody that the von Leischers send. Dimitri might need to breeze through a marriage assessment with Gwen before he gets the cash he acquired. Concerning Clopath, she'll be floored by an unforeseen guest. So that might be when Philip Kiriakis searches her out. Kate will likewise get a visit from somebody amazing. Yet it might occur after she's now reconnected with Philip. This could include Rex, all things considered, and could maybe connect to his endeavor to make Sarah's child look like his own. Days of Our Lives spoilers say the 7-day stretch of August 21 to 25 will bring a lot of fervor. So remain tuned for refreshes on all the pandemonium that is approaching. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.